Hi everyone, Wes here from Real Estate Geelong. I'm sitting in with Kerry Dewar. Kerry is her business is part of the ACN services, and so thank you, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing more about what you provide, because I know it covers a lot of services. So can you tell us about some of those services, or all of the services, if you could?
I can. I offer a suite of essential services, and they're called essential because people use them every day. So I offer gas and electricity, mobiles, landlines, ADSL and NBN internet broadband, and mobile broadband. I also offer merchant services and home automation and security.
Wow. So ACN has been around a long time, I know that. I couldn't say how many years, but what is it?
25.
25, yeah, that's making me feel really old. But it has been around a long, long time, and I know that they didn't have those services early, so they're obviously continually expanding what they're doing.
It's constantly evolving, new services constantly coming on, better value in the existing services. It's in constant movement.
Yeah, which is what everyone needs these days, because all of the electronics that we are using, we want to make sure that we're paying as little as possible.
Absolutely.
A point that I know from my own point of view is I almost sort of see some of these services a bit like an insurance policy, where you tend to buy the insurance and it's a set and forget. You don't end up changing it, it just seems to roll over.
Very much.
So you'd see the same?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I see a lot of people on old services, old plans that are not serving them at all. They're paying way too much for them, but it's in the too hard basket, and they know they have to get to it, but they haven't done it. So that's where I come in. Yeah,
so a point of difference that you've got, if you can explain from what way I see it, and I'm looking outside in, is that you're really a proactive advocate.
I am, I do, and my goal is to sit with my customers, go through their services, make sure that they're getting the best value for what they're getting, and if I can help them put them in a better position, then that's what we do. And it can be quite complex, especially with mobiles. It's an ever-evolving business. It changes daily sometimes, and it's a matter of working out what suits the customer best, not just today but moving forward for the length of that plan that they're going to lock themselves into. So I take the time to sit with them, work out what's going to suit their needs within their budget, and that's the service that we put forward to them.
I know in the past when I've changed, and I changed from the major providers at times over the years, I'm talking, but what used to annoy me the most was that they had a new plan, but they didn't tell me about the plan, and so I was continually paying the old plan, and it was costing me, literally hundreds of dollars. There was periods of time when my mobile bill was $700-800 a month. That was a number of years ago, before a lot of it changed to becoming flat rated now. But that said, at no time were they proactive to call me to say they were just leaving it.
And that still happens. There are other providers out there who will bring out a fantastic new offer. The small print is not for existing customers. We're a little bit different. We can, depending on where they're sitting in their plan and what they're on, we can often upgrade them to the new current plan that's better for them. So being proactive in that way continues to save my customers money even after they become my customers. So.
Yeah, and that's how you keep them, to be honest.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have moved if they had been, and I've had that discussion, and they've always said, well, we just don't have the staffing requirements to do it. And that's because they're working under a major company as an individual on wages, and they don't really care, whereas in your case, you're doing it for yourself, it's your own business. Right. The more you do, the better it is for you and your customers.
Exactly.
So you have to be proactive. So you've been in the industry a long time now?
5 years.
5 years, yeah?
Yes.
And you said, we've seen obviously a lot of changes in that time. Yeah. In that time, from what I understand though, a little I know, I understand that you the achievements that you've had out of ACN in the last 5 years have been pretty substantial. So number 3 in Australia for acquisitions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, customer acquisition.
So, and that's across everything from your domestic to commercial?
It is, yes. It doesn't differentiate between what kind of service it is, and that comes from obviously my passion for helping the customer, and the customers know that, they see that, and they're more than happy to refer me to their friends, their family, because they know that I'll help them. There's no hard sell. It's all about, let's see if we can put you in a better position.
Yeah, because if you can't, you can't.
If I can't, I say so.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, stay there, don't change.
Yeah, there's no need to. In terms of a couple of examples now, if we could touch on that so that the viewers can sort of appreciate, you know, they don't sort of think, well, is this for me or is this not for me, in a sense of, you know, you're running across all the major networks, the service runs across the major networks, your Telstra networks, your Optus networks, etc.
We partner with Telstra and Vodafone in the telecommunications arena.
Yep. Okay. And so that means that it's effectively it's touching everyone in some sense if they wanted to. So they could look at savings. So the person what I'm getting to, I suppose, is you'll have people out there from a domestic sense, just using the average phone, like myself. What are you seeing in examples there of what potentially someone can save, or what they might be paying, or what they could be paying?
Okay, so everybody is a potential to save, because you would be hard pushed to find a person who's not using one of my services in some shape or way. But it's a sliding scale. But for example, I did a quote not so long ago for a medical clinic, and over their 6 or 7 phones, I think from memory, their annual saving was $4,000.